Welcome. Please subscribe, thumb up the video, share it to your social media. This is a fan theory for the show called From. It is on MGM Plus. It is a fan theory that contains spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised.
That's what I think they are.
They are if you think they're tarot cards.
You can't be serious.
Oh, you want to know if your baby's all right? These here are going to tell us.
This was a bad idea.
Hey, where are you going?
Where am I going? I opened up to you. I confided in you. You know what? Your whole kooky, baddie, Tilly shtick is fine in most circumstances, but how dare you?
Hold on a second. Is that what you think of me? Kooky, baddie, Tilly, just goofing around about something this important to you? Is that what you think of me?
I don't know. I don't know anything about you. Look, just...
Now, so you don't believe. That's fine.
There's two parts to divination. There's believing in it. The other part is sacrificing and giving up something of equal or greater value for what you want.
Before you saw that tree in the road, I'll bet you didn't believe in half the stuff we see here every day and night. These things played a pretty big role in my life at a pretty critical juncture. Just wanted to share that with you.
Tilly is wearing glasses. I believe this is the writer's way of winking at us, letting us know that Tilly has clairvoyance, which means she has precognition, retrocognition, and remote viewing. I believe this is how Tilly knew that Fatima was pregnant, not the lie that she told towards the end of season 2. Tilly believes, and she more than likely has sacrificed some things like her health, and that's the reason why she has cancer. When it comes to the supernatural or the occult or esoteric, when you're wanting to get divination or answers to questions from supernatural forces, you have to sacrifice or give up something of equal or greater value in order to receive a gift. And I believe that's the reason why, in my opinion, why Tilly has cancer, because in order for her to receive the gifts of the answers that she wanted in the past, what she gave up was her youth and vitality. And that's the reason why she has cancer.
These cards were given to me by a gal named Gertie. She was in the same hospice care as my husband. She did a reading for me after he passed. Shuffle, please. I thought that it was a bit silly at the time, but now I realize that those cards told me about my cancer, told me about this place. Maybe not in so many words, but the signs were all there if I'd known how to read them.
The cards told her about a lot of things, including Fromville, and that's probably what gave her cancer in exchange for getting information or getting knowledge. Divination.
Please. Thank you.
Do you now know how to read them?
Yeah, a lot better than I was before. Ask them a question. And let's see what they answer. The worst thing that could happen is you feel a bit silly once we're done.
So normally when someone does a card reading that asks for your consent, Fatima gave consent. Next, you have to pay a toll. Pay for the information you're asking for. There's a lot of people who do tarot card readings that they don't really do this. They don't charge people for it. They just were like, hey, let me give you your reading. They give the reading and then everybody walks away. And the person who received the reading, they start experiencing negative things. And it's because you have to sacrifice something in order to get this divination or this answer. So the sacrifice could be you paying the person who's doing the tarot card reading. The sacrifice could be giving up jewelry. It's got to be something of equal or greater value that you're sacrificing to these supernatural entities or higher level beings to give you the information. Because if you don't sacrifice anything of equal or greater value for what you're trying to learn about or understand, they may take something from you, which I believe is how Tilly got cancer. And you have to be a believer.
Is my baby okay?
Let's see what the cards have to say.
before Tilly even flipped the card over to see what the answer is, here comes a black crow hitting the window. And I believe that this happened at this moment, not because Fromville didn't want her to know the answer, but because they're somewhat breaking the rules and not sacrificing to receive divination. Crows symbolize wisdom, intuition, and power of change. Black crows are associated with death and rebirth. And here's another frame. The bird is constantly hitting the window till it gets inside. There's different parts of the series where people have wanted to get information or knowledge and negative things happened. Tabitha was digging in the bottom of the house that they were in. The house collapsed. Jim and Jade made the radio at Colony House. Then the storm came. The lights were flickering. Lights had burst. People had got hurt. In this moment, during the tarot card reading, a bird is coming through the window. These are 3 instances, and probably others that I'm overlooking, where the people in the town and Colony House were wanting to get information from the radio, digging in the house, through tarot card reading. They're wanting to get information and communicate, but they didn't sacrifice anything to obtain this. And because they didn't sacrifice anything, bad things happened. Remember when voices were telling Sarah to kill the boy, referring to Ethan to go home? That was the sacrifice or payment to be able to exit Fromville.
What was that?
I think Tilly knows this. When Tilly first was given the tarot cards, she didn't know what she was doing. So now she can read the cards, but she may not know necessarily all the rules associated with esotericism. So she may have realized, oh, Fatima didn't sacrifice anything to get this information, and now we're paying for it. And I think at this frame, she realizes, yeah, this is a bad situation. Then at this frame, Tilly turns the card completely over, and that's when the bird comes into the window. So the first time the bird hit the window, it was a warning. Now the bird is completely in the house. When the bird first came in, it hit Fatima. Now it's flying towards the hallway, flying around, attacking people. Now the bird is trying to get outside. There's blood on the crow. The bird came in contact with someone in the hallway. I don't think it was Fatima. And then the bird flew into the wall. So we've seen Fatima eating dead plants. I think at this point, Fatima also needs to eat the dead crow that became unalived in Colony House to get true answers with better impact or greater than the tarot card readings. Just like with the cave paintings that Victor showed Tabitha, I believe the cave paintings may be shamanic, as in someone entered into a trance state, which sent their soul into the other world to contact spirits, and they drew the cave paintings as answers. They may have sacrificed something like the ghoulish children that we saw in those slabs in Jade's vision, and perhaps after the crow unalived itself, that's when the mice or rats went to go eat the crow. So I believe that if Fatima eats the dead crow, she'll have visions and get the answers that she's been seeking. And everything in Fromville, from the shamanic cave paintings that Victor found and everything else in Fromville, including being able to go home through sacrifice, like when Sarah was told everyone can go home if you kill the boy. All that goes into giving up something of equal or greater value to either go home, get knowledge, get answers, and ultimately gain enlightenment. This could be Fromville sending the bird in to warn about getting divination. Fatima's baby is what caused the bird to fly into the wall and become unalived. And it's a good thing that Jim didn't ask the Thomas on the telephone any questions, because it may come out that in order to get Thomas, not the alternate timeline Thomas, but in order to get your Thomas back or to resurrect him, you may have to sacrifice one of your other 2 kids, or maybe even Tabitha.
The future's not ours to see.